about right. That's all time. That's all time.
Derek Jeter is top 3 shortstop.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Tanks and Tuddies, presented by Tubbs and Franke. It is Masters Week. Very excited. I'm pumped to watch the Masters. I'll have it on at work all day, Thursday and Friday. Locks and long shots this week. Immaculate Grid. I don't think we did Immaculate Grid last week, by the way.
Nope, we didn't.
Did we not do it on purpose, or did we forget? I think we forgot.
I think we forgot.
And then March Madness wrap up. And then we're just going to talk Masters. We'll see where that puts us, but it's Masters week. There's a lot to talk about. Frankie's got some preview. I don't have any ball knowledge. I am doing a Masters draft currently, so we might have a little live pick action. I had the 4th overall pick, and we're snaking, so not great. But I did snag Morikawa, so I'm happy with that. Starting up here. You know what would be great is if Morikawa has a big lead, and then I can hedge. I don't know how much it pays out. It's $20 a person. I think it's just a pot to the winner. So times 13 people, so $260. Give me a chance to hedge. Locks and long shots then. ChatGPT is 1-4 all time. I'm 2-3 versus ChatGPT, 10-15 overall. Last week I had Florida minus 2.5 versus Auburn because it was the hate pick. I hate Auburn. That hit. ChatGPT had Duke minus 5.5 versus Houston. They blew it. This week, found some interesting ones. I was trying to do something tomorrow so you guys can hear it and, actually see it. Kind of tough this time of year. They don't really put lines out like they do for football season. But I did find this one. It's kind of fun. Tigers hits in the first inning versus the Yankees on Wednesday. Over a half a hit. So Tigers to get a hit in the first inning, minus 130. That's really fun. We're going to go ahead and take that one. Let me move this here so I'm looking at you guys. And then ChatGPT, I said, give me a lock for tonight. And of course they picked the Celtics. Shocker. So Celtics versus who did I say they were playing, Frankie?
I don't know, but I can look real quick. I have it up.
Celtics are playing. They're +1. They're underdogs. Oh, the Knicks. They're underdogs. They're on the road. Long shots. ChatGPT is 1-4 all time on their long shots. They actually easily gave one this week. It only took 2 tries. Last week I had Florida minus 8.5 alt line. How close was that? What was the final score of that game? They won by what? 6 or 7?
Florida won by 6, yeah.
Right there. And then ChatGPT, of course, had Duke alternate. That lost. This week, Tigers exact strikeouts thrown in the first inning. 1. Plus 120 on Wednesday. Flaherty's on the bump. I like him to get a strikeout. 0 was plus 200. So you throw $5 on 0 and then 10 on, no, that'd be a break even. Never mind. You can't hedge that. I was thinking, as long as he doesn't strike out 2 or 3, I'm good. No.
He's definitely not striking out 3 either.
No, definitely not. But I like 1. Tigers have been dominating the Yankees. They're 2-0 in the series. So, and then ChatGPT, first their long shot was Pacers over the Bucks, but turns out they're not playing each other tonight. So then the second one was Suns over the Warriors, plus 330. ChatGPT loves a home dog, apparently, so they're riding with the Suns. I think it's another 0-2 week for them. We shall see. Your locks and long shots, sir.
Alrighty. My locks, I'm 16-14. Last week we had Logan Gilbert over 7.5 Ks versus the Tigers on Tuesday. That hit, he finished with 10, so that was an easy cash there. Then we had the Cubs A's over 8.5 on Wednesday. Finished 10-2. Cubs won that one, so over there, another dub. And then we had the Tigers money line on Wednesday against the Mariners. Yes. Mariners are bad and still beat the Tigers. So L on that one. Scuba let us down, unfortunately. Tough one. This week, I'm going to go with 1 golf pick and 2 baseball picks. First off, with the golf pick, we're going Max Homa to make the cut at minus 105. Do you want me to talk about this now or save it?
Save it, because that's all we're going to talk about today.
Okay. So we'll take Homa to make the cut. We'll take the Brewers minus 1.5 tonight versus the Rockies. Brewers have looked a lot better since I talked shit about them last week. I actually started their hot streak, not going to lie. I said that they would get a win against the Royals last Tuesday, and they did. They ended up taking 2 out of 3 from the Royals, I believe, and now they are 500. So that's a dub. But Freddie Peralta is on the mound tonight in Coors. I think the bats come alive. Freddie looked fantastic his last time out through 8 innings. -1.5, -102. And then we'll take the Padres money line Tuesday versus the A's. That is -135 tonight. The Padres look almost unstoppable. It's the A's. I don't give a shit if it is Luis Severino, Jeffrey Springs. It is Jeffrey Springs, but I don't care who's pitching for the A's. They're not beating the Padres. They're way too good. Long shots, 6-35. We did get some dubs last week. So we knocked off the Florida champs at +380. We'll take that on off next week, but that was a dub, obviously. And then we had the Duke Florida moneyline parlay for the Final Four. Unfortunately, Duke choked it, lost that parlay. We did hit one of our 2 Dinger Tuesday picks last week. We had Brandon Lowe. He hit one in the first inning, I believe, of Tuesday's game last week. That was +380. And then we lost Alec Burleson at +850. He did not hit a home run. There was actually only 1 home run in that game, so unfortunate there. This week, I'm taking 2 more Dinger Tuesday picks. This is probably going to be my trend for the next couple of weeks. I'll take Jackson Chourio to hit one tonight in Coors, +450. He has looked phenomenal recently. And then we'll take Brandon Lowe again, +310. He's getting a righty. They're playing in Tampa, which is a short porch. It's basically Yankee Stadium, but in warm weather all of the time. So give me the short porch in left field or in right field with a lefty hitter versus a righty pitcher. So
I just want to say I'm 1-0 on Dinger picks. I did throw out Eric Haas last week, and he hit one.
So quick story. I'm really pissed last night. So DraftKings has been running the sweat-free home run bet for like the last week or whatever since opening day, I guess. I was going to take Jake Cronenworth at like +850 because he's been hot. And he hit one in his first at bat, and I didn't take it. Very upset.
Damn.
Yeah.
I have some crazy breaking news. It was just sent to me, and I read through it. It's phenomenal. So I'm going to read through this Twitter thread real quick. Yeshiva University, 99 straight losses, and Lehman College, 42 straight losses, squared off in a doubleheader today. 141 consecutive games lost between the 2 of them. One of them's breaking the streak. Yeshiva got off to a hot start. They were up 5-1, bottom of the second. Yeshiva was 3 outs away going into the 7th. They were up 6-4. Lehman tied it up 6-6. Went to the bottom of the 7th. Yeshiva had a chance to walk it off. They went to extra innings. And currently, there hasn't been an update yet, but Lehman has the lead 7-6 going to the bottom of the 8th with Yeshiva up. That last update was 28 minutes ago, so I don't know. Let me see.
The fact that
Lehman won.
Jesus. The fact that these teams are both so bad and it went to extra innings is pretty ironic.
Yeah. Well, and Yeshiva was up 6-4, 3 outs away. They gave up 2 runs.
Oh, that's bad. What was their losing streak?
That's for 100 straight now. That was the 100th right there. The blown lead in the 7th.
So you gotta hope that they split the doubleheader.
How do you at that point, like, if you're on that team, you've lost 100 straight games, your college, how do you keep playing?
It's got to be club ball, right? There's no way that's...
I have no idea. I saw that somebody sent me that thread. I'm like, that is
never
fucking
heard of
awesome.
either of those universities.
No, Yeshiva sounds made up. Sounds like a made up city in like iCarly or something.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's embarrassing. I would honestly, if I was part of the school board, I would shut down my baseball program.
Like, why are we spending taxpayers' money on this? If I lived in that town where that college was, I'd be like, please stop supporting this baseball team.
Yeah, that's
I'm sure they're probably club, but
oh boy.
All right, Immaculate Grid then. This one looks interesting. I think we can pull some here. Let me share my screen here. All right. So for the podcast listeners, across the top, we've got the Rams, the Bears, and 1,000 yards in a season. Going down, we've got Ravens, Dolphins, Colts. So Dolphins and Bears, I have a good one. Jay Cutler.
Yep.
Okay, that was the most popular. That's unfortunate. Ravens, Rams, you could put Odell.
Could also put that for Dolphins, Rams.
Odell, yeah, so we
But
should
I
do him
think
for
that's
one of them.
probably more
Well,
popular with the
let's find one
Dolphins.
for Ravens, Rams. Feels like there's a running back there, no? No, I'm thinking the Chargers because they got Dobbins and all them.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens, Rams. Ravens, Rams. Defense, no. Linebacker, no. Quarterback, Joe Flacco, no. Baker Mayfield, no.
This might be way off here, but I think there's a kicker for Rams Colts.
Let's see,
Don't
Colts
think
kickers. Colts had no. Greg Zuerlein, no.
Matt Gay,
No.
Rodrigo, no.
Rodrigo didn't get to the Rams. I think Rodrigo's only played for the Colts. Try to think of a Dolphin Rams so we can at least clear those two out. Oh, excuse me. No quarterbacks. Running back. Gurley. Gurley never got to the Dolphins. Wide receivers. DeMarcus Robinson.
Shit, you know who would have worked for Bears Dolphins, I think?
Who?
Is Matt Forte.
Yep.
I think he played for both.
Ravens 1,000. We could put Hollywood Brown. Or you can go back and put... Who was Flacco throwing all his yards to?
Oh, boy.
The kick returner. What's his name? I don't know if he got 1,000, though. I feel like you're better off. Did Hollywood Brown even get 1,000? Mark Andrews probably has 1,000, right?
I think.
I'm putting Mark Andrews. Yep.
Okay.
Bang. All right. Dolphins 1,000. Tyreek Hill. Waddle. I don't know if Waddle's done it. He gets hurt all the time. Brandon Marshall. Brandon Marshall.
I was gonna say I think there was a 1,100
Boom.
yard
Look
in
at
there.
that. 3%.
3%. That's pretty good. T.Y. Hilton, Pittman.
I like Hilton. Reggie Wayne, Marvin Harrison are too popular. I don't think Pittman's got 1,000.
Pittman definitely is 1,000.
No. I'm putting T.Y. Hilton.
Okay.
All right. We're saving Odell for Ravens, Dolphins, whichever one matches with the Rams. We just need another one there. Colts. Man, who plays for the Colts? Colts, Bears feels like a defensive player.
Frank Gore ever on the Bears?
No. Colts, Bears feels like a receiver.
White.
Reggie White did not play for the Bears.
No, not Reggie White. He was a wide receiver.
Reggie White was a receiver. Oh, Reggie Wayne is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking
something White.
It was like the Bears' first-round draft pick.
Oh, Kevin White. He didn't play for the Colts, though. What about tight ends? What about, like, Kobe Fleener? That's a throwaway name. That's a defensive player, has to be. Dwight Freeney. Do you think he played for the Bears?
Ugh.
Colts is tough. I don't know Colts.
Yeah, me neither.
Colts, Rams.
And I like the Ravens are always such like small name guys that you can't really get a big name. Like the Dolphins, Rams should be the easiest, and we do have one.
Right. Dolphins, Bears. We don't need Dolphins, Bears. Ravens, Bears is what I meant. I'm just thinking all over the place. I got nothing.
I was going to say, I don't have anything. Oh, Zadarius Smith.
For what?
Oh, wait, no, he wasn't on the Bears.
No, that's the one NFC North team he hasn't played for. Oh, fuck. You could go... Nope, he played for the Lions. Damn it. We just need... I mean, we can get four...
It's Bears Ravens is definitely going to be defensive.
Or a quarterback.
Flacco, no.
Ryan
Oh,
Fitzpatrick pay for the Rams.
man.
Kurt
I don't
Warner, do
think
you think
so.
he ever got on the Ravens or the Dolphins? I know he got passed around a little bit for a
I don't
second.
think so. Baker didn't get to either of those.
No, I'm going to mail it in. We're going to put Kurt Warner. No, I'm not. What about
Odell for Dolphins?
what's the white backup quarterback? Josh something.
Rosen?
No. Josh Rosen was Cardinals Dolphins. That would have worked. No, he's the journeyman quarterback. Played for the Jets. He's a
Josh
QB
Johnson?
coach. No, he's a QB coach somewhere.
Oh,
Josh McCown.
yes.
We're gonna put it here. I don't care. No, you know.
Wait, why don't
I
you
know,
put Odell there?
Well, I was. Hang on. Josh McCown might have played for the Colts and the Bears.
Yeah.
Wait, who's the Mike Glennon? No. Damn it. All right, there it goes. All right, we're putting Odell here. Now we're gonna just cook. Put Odell there. We'll put who's the kicker you said? Matt Gay. Oh shit. Damn, Matt Gay for Colts and Rams.
What a pull.
That's 4%. Bears and Ravens. I can't even think of a name to like throw out. Greg
I'm
Olson.
90%.
I'm putting Greg Olson. I don't care. No, I'm putting Greg Olson down here too. Watch. This is going to be easy, bro. Roquan Smith for Bears and Ravens. Jalen Ramsey for Dolphins, Rams. And then Nick Foles. God. That was easy. What was the one we were arguing about? Colts and 1,000. I don't think.
Yeah, I said Pittman.
Yeah, let me see. Pittman career stats.
I'm pretty sure he's got a.
Yeah, he did twice. 1,082 and 1,152.
I was gonna say I was pretty sure there's a.
I don't know what his percentage was. I wish it showed percentage. Oops. Wow, the Colts have only had 10 1,000 plus receivers.
Jesus.
T.Y. Hilton had a bunch. Reggie Wayne, Dallas Clark. Reggie Wayne, Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, Reggie Lang. Wow, really? That's it? Yeah, their receivers don't do much. But the Ravens. Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews had 1,300 yards in 21.
Damn, is Hollywood Brown on there?
Oh, Torrey Smith was on here. Hollywood Brown was, yeah. Torrey Smith was the one I was thinking about with Flacco. I bet you his percentage was low. Ugh. Jalen Ramsey. God dang it. We could have got that. All right, well, that's Immaculate Grid. Oh, you know what? Should we do baseball in honor of Octavio Dotel?
Sure.
R.I.P.?
Sure.
Let's do it real quick.
We got time. We're cruising.
Dude, this hat is so itchy. I can't keep wearing hats, but my hair is a mess. All right, Cubs 300 plus home runs career. Don't help yet. Let me try. Center fielder for the A's, Coco Crisp.
Sure, you want to get deeper?
We can get deeper, but I just want to throw them. I want to see if I could have done this. 300 plus career home runs, center field. Trout's got to have 300, right? There you go. Trout. 200 plus hits in a season, center field. I bet you Ichiro played center once. Probably not, actually. 200 in a season's tougher than it sounds, right?
Yeah, that's a lot.
All right, I'm going to leave that one then. 200 hits in a season for the Giants. See, I keep thinking power, right? Like I wanted to say Barry Bonds.
I mean, he definitely did.
Okay. Cubs 200 plus, I would say no idea. Cubs 300 plus, I don't know. Giants 300 plus, I'd put Willie Mays because everybody's going to put Barry Bonds. A's and Cubs. Let's see if I know these. Giants and A's is I don't know my A's, bro. Octavio Dotel actually for A's and Giants. I'm gonna put that. Should I put that or should I save it? I'm not 100% sure. I just know he played for like 20 fucking teams. I know he played for the Giants and the Tigers, but those are the only two.
I'm pretty confident in A's, Giants, Dotel.
All right, let's do it in honor. All right, well, that's a quick loser. All right, R.I.P.
Okay.
Sorry.
So A's center field, SD Ruiz, ESTU.
It's not ESTY. Here, we can just do Ruiz.
No, it's ES. Yeah, good luck.
S3
Oh,
Ruiz.
right yep.
6%. I bet you. Here, you know what? I want to see how my percentage was. Let me hop on my phone real quick. Keep thinking just real quick. Hang on. Who did I say? Coco Crisp. He's definitely way higher, huh?
Yeah.
Hang on, let's see. Coco Crisp. 15. Not bad, though. Not bad for Jake. All right, go ahead.
300 career, played center field, Aaron Judge. I think he's got 300. He's got to have 300. Yeah.
Yep.
200 hits, played center field. Go Bonds.
I think Bonds played center field. Nope. Dumbass.
Okay.
I want to see what the percentage is on Bonds for Giants in 300 now that we're cooked. Only 39.
200 plus hits Cubs is Nico Horner.
Nope.
Damn,
you're fucking
really?
Garbage. All right,
Cubs,
do these
A's.
two.
There's a name in my head. But
do A's and Cubs and A's and Giants.
For some reason I want to say a pitcher for the A's and Cubs. Oh, A's Giants is there's a pitcher there. He threw a perfect game with the Giants.
Matt Cain.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know that he actually threw a perfect game.
He did.
I don't know that he even played for the A's, actually. Yeah, no.
Damn
you are
it, dude.
not good at this.
All
these, for the folks listening at home, Franke used to, when Immaculate Grid first came out, this dude was sending 9 out of 9s every day with ridiculous percentages, and I knew he was cheating the whole time, and this just proves it.
No, I haven't done a grid by myself in a couple months, so I'm off my game.
Sure.
Cubs 300. Let's go Aram. Sure.
Nope.
I was going to say Aramis Ramirez. Barry Zito. That's the pitcher I was thinking. And Lester. Yep.
Ichiro
Ricky,
for 200 in
Griffey,
center
Ichiro.
field. I was thinking that. Lester the most.
I feel like I always try and get too deep in my bag for baseball. I don't have to, but
I want to see. I'm gonna Google quick the teams Octavio Dotel played for. Listen to this career, fellas. All right, started out Mets, Astros. So I'll do this different. Mets, Astros, Athletics, Yankees, Royals, Braves, White Sox, Pirates, Dodgers, Rockies, Blue Jays, Cardinals, and then the Tigers to round it out.
damn.
Just an insane. How many teams
Impressive.
again?
Longevity.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 teams. Insane. Played till he was 39. Was he a starter?
No.
Yeah, he was a starter.
How many times did he start?
His last actual never mind. Maybe he was a middle reliever.
It's definitely a middle reliever.
Hey, career
And late
15
reliever.
WAR. That's not bad.
How many career saves did he have? Any?
109.
Yeah.
1.238 whip, whatever that means. All right, that's
Watson
that.
hits per inning pitched.
Yeah, I didn't care. March Madness, the Final Four, I believe, is all we had last week. Yep.
Yep.
Let's see. I didn't watch much of it. We were up in Traverse City for our anniversary.
We finally got good games.
And I missed both of them, so that's awesome. Well, actually, we saw most of the Duke game. I fell asleep, though. They started way too late, bro. Way too late.
Yeah, I don't really understand why they do that because I think the Auburn-Florida game didn't start until like 5:50. So then by the time that game's done, you're looking at Duke-Houston tipping off at like 8 o'clock Central Time.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't finish until 11 o'clock Central Time.
Right.
Like,
I remember
it doesn't make any sense.
I remember waking up. I fell asleep with the game on. I woke up, and it was actually it was after Houston went on the 7-0 run in 15 seconds and had the lead. I was like, whoa, what happened? So then I watched.
Yeah. So I watched most of that game. I didn't watch a ton of the Auburn-Florida game until like late in the second half. At halftime, I thought for sure Auburn was going to run away with it. They were up pretty big, and I was like, I don't know. But then Florida came marching back. I'm going to try and look and see what it was at half, actually, because they were down pretty handily. Scores. So they were down 46-38 at half. And then Walter Clayton just nuts on the line, as usual. Kind of lit up the second half. Johnny Broom didn't do much in the second half. And Florida ended up kind of running away with it in the last couple minutes.
Thank God, because I was so sick of Broom. The first half, he was flexing and calling his phone. I'm so happy I didn't have to see that anymore.
Yeah. The Walter Clayton and one that he had, did you see that one at all?
I did not.
He was driving and like was on the left side of the rim, got fouled, and just kind of threw it up and it rolled in somehow. I don't know how he made it. This dude is phenomenal. I think he could be a real stud in the NBA if he gets with the right team. But just, I don't know. That game was like, holy shit. Like, I already had a feeling like Walter Clayton is the guy, but after that, I was like, holy shit. Like, this dude is legit for real. 34 points in the Final Four. Insane. But then Houston Duke, late tip off. I thought this game was also over at half. Actually, I thought it was over earlier in the first half because Duke was just running away with it. At one point, they were up. Trying to see what the biggest lead here was. The first half, I guess it was only 18-9, 26-15 at one point. Just seemed like they were making everything super easy in the first half. And then Duke didn't score for like, I'm trying to see. They didn't score for 6 minutes in the middle of the second half, and Houston just came storming back. Obviously, Houston's defense was phenomenal. Cooper Flag. We got to have the discussion. Not clutch.
Definitely not clutch.
I don't know how you missed that shot.
Yes. My question is, did you see, actually, sorry, sidetrack, because I do that often. Did you see day after he was at the range?
No.
Yeah, there's a video of him at the range the day after, and it's like, hey, it's just like the normal guy. Got to go there to clear his head, get his mind off of it.
He's in golf season now.
Just incredibly not clutch. That's all there is to say.
He still had a phenomenal game. Like,
should NBA scouts want him? No, and he should fall probably to anywhere in the 24 to 25 range, right where the Pistons will be probably.
Bucks.
I think they should take a
most likely, but
no, Bucks are going to the championship. What do you mean?
No, we're not. We're so fucked.
What's the lottery looking like?
I
Let
haven't
me
looked
do
at
the
it
lottery
recently.
simulator. I'm gonna do the lottery simulator real quick, live on air. Lottery simulator.
Yeah, make sure you
Here we
share
go.
that shit.
NBA. I've never even actually done this. Tankathon, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Tankathon. Share. All right. So you just click sim lottery. That's it.
Yep.
Oh, sweet. All right. Who's getting Cooper flag? Bang, the Nets. What's up with these locks? Protected, protected,
Yeah.
protected, protected. So who's supposed to get it if it's protected? Whoa.
Yeah.
This is weird. So right now the Pistons have.
Oh, they don't have their first, remember?
They don't have their first. We already did this. That's right.
Yep.
It's protected 1 through 13. That's tough. We're basically getting a first round back next year, though, when Jaden Ivey comes back. So, well, actually, he'll be back. They said May. He might play.
Yeah, what was his injury?
I don't remember. It was a gruesome, like, was it a knee or an ankle?
Broke his leg.
Yeah, something gruesome. I remember that. Anyways, we're super off topic now. Houston might be the most boring basketball team to watch of all time. They actually play defense.
Yeah, but they kind of play like a football team, and it's like rough and like rowdy, and I kind of love it. They actually made me flip my pick yesterday during the national championship.
Mm-hmm.
I loved Florida the entire time. I had the long shot Florida championship. Started looking at yesterday's matchup, and I was like, I like Houston. And I
You were
put
wrong.
$50 on Houston at halftime. And
Money line?
yep.
That's tough. That's tough. Yeah. Even though your boy told you Florida's the play. I was technically right, but also technically may have been wrong because when I checked, it was 1.5, and then I guess they were 2.5 at one point. But yeah, that didn't watch much of the game. Also, one started too late. Second of all, we had the bowling championship last night, so I wasn't really paying attention. But yeah, they start this shit so late. Like your whole central time zone is the best time zone is correct for sports. I would almost argue that Mountain is probably better. Just strictly for sports.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
See, that I don't know because like when we were in Vegas, was Vegas Mountain or was Vegas Pacific?
Vegas is Pacific.
Pacific sucks. Pacific is the worst. Games are starting at 8 a.m.
But
not having that.
No, it's only 3 hours behind.
Okay, so games were starting. I remember when we were there, it was during college basketball. So like the noon games
started at
or like 11:45 or like 8:45, 9 o'clock. If I'm in Vegas, I'm not getting up for those early games.
Well, if you live on the West Coast, though, think about it this way: you wake up. I get up about 9:30 on the weekends. Hey, half an hour football's on 10 o'clock. Then guess what?
That's true.
1 o'clock, next round of games. Then you're done watching football at 8 o'clock. I can throw on a show and go to bed. I don't have to stay up till midnight to watch the primetime game.
See, but my thought is if I wake up and a game is on in 30 minutes, I don't have enough time to prep.
Well, there's people that watch sports and don't gamble religiously like you do.
They're losers.
Loser. Back to what we were talking about. We keep sidetracking. Florida confirmed, good team, good for their coach. Houston, boring basketball
like a frat
team.
Boy.
I didn't realize, 100%. I didn't realize that Houston's been like right there so many times. Final Four in 2021, Elite Eight a couple years ago. Like they've been consistently good for a long time, and they just can't get over the hump. Then Florida comes out of nowhere. I feel like Florida wasn't even that good last year.
They were okay. Obviously, I mean they weren't great when it came to the tournament. I do feel really bad for Kelvin Sampson because I thought for sure this was his best team, and they literally led this game the entire time, only for it to end the way it did.
Somebody zoomed in on or focused on him during that game-winning shot. No coaching, no yelling, no nothing. Just sat back and watched and didn't say a word, and they just proceeded to run the worst-looking play I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't understand why they didn't attack the rim and just go for two. Like, I get going for the win in the national championship. Fine.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're dribbling there, they brought the ball up at like 20 seconds left, I think. Stood there for 6 seconds. You have 6 seconds left to make the game-winning shot in the national championship. Everyone is guarding the three-point line.
Mm-hmm.
Run one backdoor cut and you're tied. And you go to overtime. Nobody gives a shit except for me, who had the under, if you go to overtime and score more points.
Because they had what, like 15, 20 seconds or something on the clock?
Yeah, I think it was...
You could have drove for two. If you don't get it, you foul. You hope they miss one. Although I think they're the best free throw shooting team in the country.
Yeah,
they're up there.
They came out of a timeout with 19 seconds left.
Yeah, so like drive the hoop. They wanted to take over that Chris Jenkins shot. I don't know that anybody will ever top that shot though.
No.
Phenomenal.
And I will say, like, Sharp had the shot. It was just a great closeout by Florida and great defense, and he did the only thing you could do. I mean, it was smart to, I don't know, I guess he could have touched it, gotten the turnover. They would have had to foul. Odds are they probably wouldn't have had a chance anyways, but Florida was missing free throws at that point. Like, they had just missed a free throw that could have made it a 4-point game, which, mind you, this game could have been all over a long time ago if Florida would have just made the free throws.
Right.
Yeah, I was really hoping for at least like a good shot that was like close at the buzzer to be like, wow, what a finish.
Yeah, make me sweat a little bit, you know?
And now, like, seeing that and like not really even getting off a shot is kind of like, damn.
Oh, and
that sucks.
So the dude jumped up to shoot and then dropped the ball because he was going to get blocked and didn't touch the ball. He never dribbled, so he could have dribbled that ball and thrown up a shot. It wouldn't have been a double dribble or nothing, or travel or anything. Now the refs
really? I thought he did dribble.
No, I saw the clip today. He didn't dribble, so he went straight up with it. So
that makes it even worse.
The refs could have fucked it up and called a foul or travel, but he could have grabbed that ball and thrown it right back up. He would have been open.
Honestly, the other thing I think too is, like, at that point, like, the guy was blocking him at the peak of the shot he was coming down. He still could have at least like thrown it up towards the hoop and hope that somebody gets like a rebound or a tip or something. Like, I feel like the worst possible thing to do there is just drop it and stop. Like, he was 4 or 5 feet behind the 3-point line. Like, everybody's got to be coming back out and then hit a turnaround three super deep as the clock is expiring. Like, I would have, if I'm Kelvin Sampson, I'm being like, just throw it up. I do not care. Like, somebody has to be there because everyone's crashing the glass at that point. I don't know. I just feel like Houston could have done something there. Yep.
Let's get to golf because our Masters draft is going haywire. I got 2 picks that were in my top 10 that are still available, and I'm about to get to my second pick here. I don't know.
Oh boy.
Maybe I'm dumb. So let's just start talking about it. It's 3 picks from mine, so we'll get back to it. I don't want to jump the gun. But let me give my little 2 cents because I don't really know golf like you do. I don't put in all this research, but I took who the hell did I say I took? Morikawa.
Colin.
Love that pick. Does Bryson have a green jacket, by the way? He doesn't, right?
I don't think
he led, and then lost to Scotty that one year, I thought.
I have the Masters site up. Bryson. Okay. Bryson does not have one. His highest is T6 last year.
Yeah, he choked.
Yeah.
He was like the clear leader 1 and 2 or something like that.
He shot 65 on round 1, and then he shot a 73 round 2. Mm-hmm. Followed up with a 75 on Saturday and a 73 on Sunday.
Yep. So there you go. All I have to say is that I'm super ready. Has Scotty kind of been having an off year? I haven't really seen him much.
So yes and no. He started slow. I'm going to share my screen real quick.
I want to see. I haven't even looked at lines.
It's a lot of data.
Jesus.
Sorry. So here's Scotty's strokes gained per round. This is a lot of strokes. He's gaining. Last week he gained 5.5 strokes to the field. I don't want to say he's been playing bad because his bad is still like his worst finish since September of last year is a T25. So like in his terms, yes, bad.
Right. Yeah. He just
but since
has been so
September
unbelievable.
of last year, he does have 2 wins, a top 2, a top 3, a 9th, 11th, a 20th, and a 25th. And the one thing that I like to point out here is this column, his putting has been phenomenal almost every single round, dating back to pretty much September of last year. He only had one bad round, and that was the API, and he still finished 11th. So, yeah, not bad, but not Scotty's best, I guess you could say.
It's got to be Rory.
Did finish second last week. So I never know what to think of Rory heading into the Masters.
Scotty was not second last week.
Maybe it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't even think he golfed last week.
No, it was last week at the Texas Children's Houston Open.
No, that wasn't last week. Last week was Valero.
Oh, so it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
19 under 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was 2 weeks
ago. Yeah, he had an off week last week. But no, I never know what to think of Rory because like Rory is so good. And then he gets into the Masters and it just is a completely different player and you never really know what to think. I'm pulling up his history right now. So his best was second in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
He's missed 2 of his last 4 cuts. But then he also has a second and a tied for 22nd in there. And then a top 5 in 2020. Which
I feel like he's playing some unbelievable golf right now.
Do you want to see his stats real quick?
I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't open it. There's a lot of info there. I trust you to lead the kids that are listening.
Yeah, no, he's playing some of his best golf. He is like quite possibly in his career. He's in his best form right now heading into the Masters. If you look at his baseline stats, like his average, he's playing about 1 stroke better overall than his entire thing, his entire baseline, his entire average, whatever you want to call it. I think the biggest thing for Rory is can he mentally get there? He's still trying to go for the career Grand Slam, and all he needs is a Masters. Hasn't been able to do it, and he's been at the Masters how many times? This will be his 17th time.
A lot.
At the Masters. Still hasn't done it. And it's just, I think it's a lot in the head for Rory. It's a huge mind game of whether he can get there.
And this is a course that these guys don't get to play outside of this tournament, correct?
Yeah, no. I don't think, well, I mean, if they're members, which I think they get to be a member, I'm not really sure how it works, but no, most of the time they don't get to play it outside of the Masters week. There may be something in there that they can play like a certain amount of times per year, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And the thing about the Augusta course is that it's so different from any other course. The greens are so much harder, so much more difficult. The trees are everywhere, which actually should be pointed out. After the hurricane that went through last year, they lost a ton of trees. So you'll probably notice this year that like there's just not as many trees. But also like most courses are set up for somebody like a right-handed golfer to miss right and have space. Augusta is the opposite. It's set up for somebody with a hook. And if you're going to miss, you should miss left for a right-handed golfer, which makes it a lot more difficult too. But yeah, the greens are the biggest thing. There's no greens like Augusta, and your guys that are really good at putting are going to be the guys that excel here. So
Um, I don't know. I don't know. How do you want to do the rest of this? I realized I was kind of talking about a couple guys, and then it turns out you have them on your sheet. So I'll let you go because we only have about 15 minutes. So however you
that's
want to
fine.
do it.
So I'll start off with the weather. Big thing to watch is going to be what the weather's supposed to be like. Georgia, Augusta in general, got a ton of rain last week. So I'm assuming, at least for the practice rounds, it's going to be very wet and very slow. And if it doesn't dry up before Thursday, we may see like Thursday and Friday still be kind of wet and slow with it like drying up and getting quicker throughout the weekend, which will be good for anybody who isn't great at putting, I guess. It should make putting at least a little bit easier. I think it probably I don't know if I want to say it hurts people that are really good with their irons, but it could hurt people with the irons just because your ball's not going to roll out on the green as much. And if you're hitting on wet conditions, probably going to catch a lot. So the historic storylines already talked about Rory. Scotty, obviously going for back to back, going for 3 in his last 4. He'd only be the 4th ever to go back to back, so that's a big storyline to watch. I already mentioned the putting. Guys that are great from tee to green, driver and irons combined are going to show up big here. Par 5 scoring, being able to limit damage. If you have a bad drive and being able to recover from that, you'll see those guys kind of show up. Your guys like Colin, guys like Scheffler, Rory a little bit in there. And then the big thing that people like to point out is that a lot of the guys that end up winning the Masters are usually entering like their 6th plus year at Augusta. So they have that experience putting on the Augusta greens. They have that experience playing out of the pine straw. So anybody that's been there a lot is going to be your guys to watch out for. So I kind of just picked off like 5, 6 of the top names that I am doing some deeper research on. Already kind of talked about Scotty, but Scotty, like I said, slow start, shaking off some of the rust. He's back to playing vintage Scotty golf. Putting has been phenomenal. And what do you know? He's playing his 6th career time at
Oh,
Augusta this
shit.
year.
Here we go. Here we go.
So the storyline is there. Rory, like I said, 17th start, playing some of his best. Just going to be all in the head. Morikawa, also making his 6th start at Augusta.
That's my guy. That's my guy.
Also, Morikawa is known for like being one of the better second shot, like iron hitting guys. And he's back to playing like elite second shot golf. So I do really like Colin this week. I think the big thing for him is depends on what his putting has been like. I pulled up his stats as well. If you look at his putting, it's literally since the Open Championship last July, every other week that he's played, he's gained strokes putting, lost strokes putting, gained strokes putting, lost strokes putting. Last week, or not last week, his last event was the Players Championship, so he hasn't played for almost a month. He lost strokes. So if the trend continues, he should gain strokes putting, which would be good for him. He also has 3 straight top 10s at Augusta. So course fit is there. He's played well. Good history. Ludwig, also going to be another X factor. It's only his 2nd time at Augusta. Last year and his 1st time he finished 2nd. So it's hard.
Didn't you have him last year or no?
I think I did, yeah.
I thought so.
It's hard to say whether he's set up for regression and like last year was just beginner's luck and kind of a fluke, or like if he's just always going to play Augusta really well. I'm leaning more on like last year was a fluke and he's probably going to regress quite a bit, mainly because he's missed 2 of his last 3 cuts in events, and he's also lost strokes on his approach shots in 2 of his last 3. And then if you look at his putting performance last year in the Masters, it was his career best putting performance. Like he's never putted in an event better than that. So I doubt he does it again, especially being how hard it is. So I think Ludwig is probably going to be a fade for me. I don't think he's going to finish. I would say he probably finishes outside the top 20 if I had to guess. And then I think probably my favorite bet of the entire weekend is John Rahm. Kind of forgotten about because he is playing on Live, and obviously Live is not the premier golf league. But John Rahm is making his 9th appearance at the Masters. One of the best drivers in the world. He's just been racking up top 10s on Live. His putter's been extremely, extremely good. And if you look like statistically at all of the golfers in the world over like their last 36 rounds, John Rahm is like top 2 hottest golfers right now.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not a better time to get hot. Out of the 8 times that he's been at the Masters, he's finished top 10 5 of those times. And last year was a bad year for him, but I kind of throw that one out because it was his first round, like first major since joining Live, and you could tell he was just so depressed. Do you remember how like depressed and sad he looked last year?
Yeah.
So I think that like last year's is kind of a wash, and just with the way he's playing, literally like his last 5 events on Live, T9, T5, T6, 6th, and 2nd. Gained strokes putting, all of them. Tee to green was phenomenal in all of them. Driving, phenomenal in all of them. I don't see how he has a bad round. Like I don't see how he plays a bad event here. I just don't. My best bets. How do you want me to do this? Because I've got a lot. If you haven't looked at it,
Well, I've been looking. I just tailed a couple. I ain't gonna lie to you.
so there's a name on here that you're probably like, who the fuck is this? Robert McIntyre.
Yeah, you love him apparently.
I do. The main reason I love him is because his nickname, Big Shot Bob.
Oh.
But not only that, he is also, so he kind of does like the Euro Tour plus the PGA Tour. He's only missed 1 cut going back to actually, he hasn't missed a cut since August of 2024. I guess that's not that long ago. 2 straight top 10s, a top 11 in there, a top 6. He's playing phenomenally. Strokes gained are way above everybody. He's not going to be, oh my God, I have hiccups. 1 sec. He's not going to be like the long drive guy, but he's one of those iron guys that is really good, kind of like Colin. Putting is going to be so-so. But yeah, I mean, Big Shot Bob, how can you not love that? And literally every golf guy that I've been tailing, just Bob McIntyre, his name keeps popping up. So I'm like, there's got to be something here. I'm just going to hop on it. I'm taking him top 10, taking him top 20. I'll probably sprinkle on the win. And then I'm going to take first round leader at plus 4,000.
I don't know about taking a guy that's never won on tour. Just saying. He's got 2 wins.
That's why, at least if I take first
Scottish
round.
Open and the RBC Canadian.
Trying to look and see what his, he's also a lefty, by the way. This will be his third. Oh, okay. I like
played at McNeese State.
Love it even better. It's the month for McNeese. This will be his 3rd time at the Masters. He's finished T12 and T23. So
not bad.
He's done well. He has only broken 70 1 round though, so I don't love that.
Remember Daniel Berger? Remember when he was supposed to be good? Trash.
Yeah. But I think a little sprinkle on Big Shot Bob, first round leader at plus 4,000. Even if he doesn't win it, if he just comes out hot.
My only problem with the leaders is that the dead heat. I think that's stupid.
Yeah, I don't love that.
I get why they have to do it, but it's just boring.
Yeah, it's just like if they're tied for the lead, they're leading. Like, why don't you just? Oh, one sec.
But then everybody would just throw,
Just like
huh?
no, nothing. You're good.
Everybody would just throw 5 on round 1 leaders, and then hopefully they're at the top, and you just make bank.
Yeah,
That's why they have
I
to
mean,
do
I
that heat.
guess, but no other top 10. I'll kind of go top 10, top 20, and then my winners, some different props, and then round one leaders.
Okay.
Corey Connors, Canadian. Um, Another guy, very good putter, playing well recently. I think he also has some really good course history. Yeah, his best finish was tied for sixth in 2022. This will be his eighth. He's only missed 2 cuts, and he's finished inside the top 10 3 times out of his 8. So I like that. Colin, I already talked about Colin. I'm taking Colin top 10. So that is plus 330 on Big Shot Bob, top 10, plus 330 on Corey Connors, top 10, plus 130 on Colin, top 10. Top 20, I hate to do it, but I'm taking Patrick Cantlay. He just always finds his way in there. I really fucking hate it. Did you see what they did with tee times with him?
Say that again.
Okay, cool. Good talk.
I'm sorry, I'm the draft, bro. It's zooming. I'm just trying to keep up so I don't duplicate.
Did you see what they did with the tee times for Cantlay at all?
No.
I'm trying to get to it, but I believe that they put him in front of Brooks. And then they spaced it out. I'm trying to find it here. One sec. I'm scrolling through them. Cantlay. So Patrick Cantlay tees off at 12:33 Eastern time. Brooks Koepka tees off at 12:50 Eastern time.
Damn.
Brooks fucking hates slow golfers.
I know.
And they always put him behind Cantlay for this. So that'll be funny. I'm also taking Will Zalatoris plus 130 for top 20. Always got to bet on Willie Z. I have no idea how he's been playing recently. It's all going to come down to the putter. We know Willie Z is a disgusting putter, but somehow he always finds himself in there during the mix.
Hasn't he been putting pretty well right now or no?
Pulling up his stats right now. No, actually, he's lost strokes in 3 of his last 4, and 3 of his last 4, 4 of his last 6.
You know what matters to me about Willie Z is that he's finished second, tied for 6th, and tied for 9th.
That's the thing.
It's good enough
he
for
always
me.
competes in the Masters. So, Bob McIntyre, top 20. If I have him top 10, I'm going to take the top 20. And then Joaquin Niemann. Kind of forget about him too, but he is probably the second guy behind Jon Rahm over there on the tour. I think he also has some pretty good Masters history. Do you want to check that?
Who's that?
Joaquin Niemann.
Joaquin Niemann.
Yeah. Moral of the story, though, he has 2 wins in his last 5 LIV events, and he's just been absolutely killing it. Pretty sure he did pretty well last year, too.
Where the hell? Here we go. He's gotten better over time. He got cut in 2018. 21, he was tied for 40th. 22, tied for 35th. 23, tied for 16th. And last year, tied for 22nd.
So this is his 6th.
Yeah.
Perfect. Love it.
There you go.
So, yeah, Cantlay, Zalatoris, McIntyre, Niemann, all taking on top 20. The wins, taking Jon Rahm, plus 1,300. Xander's another one. If you look back at hottest golfers, it's probably like Jon Rahm, Xander, Rory, top 3 right now. And you're getting Xander at plus 2,200, which feels kind of like a steal compared to the top guys of Rory and Scotty.
Down to 1,800 now.
Is it actually?
Yep.
On FanDuel or DraftKings?
That was DK.
Shit. Okay. Yeah, it was 2,200 before the show when I was looking at it.
No shit.
Shane Lowry always competes in majors. Gotta love the Irishman also.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for a fact he has good history. I think he actually has one. Lowry.
Where do you search on here? Oh, here you go.
No, tied for third in 2022. He should have won that one. That's what it was. So we'll sprinkle on Shane. Sergio Garcia, another guy over on the tour. Yes, he's old. He's like 45, playing great. Sprinkle on him, plus 6,000. And then Big Shot Bob, plus 6,000.
I'm never going to get sick of that. Big Shot Bob.
Literally. Some props I like. I'm going to take a top 40 parlay with Hideki, Sergio, Cantlay, and Zalatoris. It comes out to plus 262. Outside of Hideki, I've already talked about the other three. Hideki, I kind of talked about at the beginning of the year. I said I think he's going to win a major. Sticking to that, I think he still is going to win a major this year. I don't think it's this one. But he does have a green jacket. He has played here a bunch. All he has to do is finish top 40. The weird prop that probably everybody hates that I have in my locks this week is Max Homa to make the cut, minus 105. I love Max Homa.
You're a homosexual, that's for sure.
He has been playing absolutely god awful. Quite possibly the worst he has ever played. He's missed his cut in his last 5 events, which I'm not sure you can do any worse than that. And then if you take out, or if you go back, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go back 7 events. He's only placed 1 time. He withdrew in another one, finished tied for 53rd at the Pebble Beach Pro-Am. So he's playing horrible. The reason
Bro, he
I like
shot
him
an
to make
81
the cut,
at Bay Hill.
yeah. The
Wow.
reason I like him to make the cut is A, because of his course history. He's played well here before outside of last year. I'm pretty sure last year was rough for him.
Oh, somebody took Justin Thomas. Fuck!
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Homa missed the cut his first 2 years. Then he went T48, T43, T3, all in that pattern. So he's consistently been getting better. And it's his 6th time.
You in the 6th time thing. Jesus.
He's got the experience. I gotta take it. And then a really pricey one that I kind of feel like I have to take is Phil to make the cut. It's lefty, it's Phil. And surprisingly, he's been playing well on live as well. So take that as well. First round leaders, just some dart throws of guys that I think can get hot, and I've seen them at the top of the leaderboard early in different events before. But Sepp Straka, plus 6,000. He's got some pretty good metrics as far as his ball striking and his iron play. Can't confirm on his putting, but he'll be up there, I'm sure. First round. Bob McIntyre, obviously, first round leader, plus 4,000. And then Aaron Rye, the rookie, first round leader, plus 6,500. Also another guy whose name just sometimes pops up there in the first round, and you're like, who the hell is this guy? Where'd he come from? So we'll sprinkle a little on those as well. But pretty much all I have for the Masters. I am very excited. I didn't even touch on Bryson or Brooks, which I'm not really sure. Have you seen the news about Bryson potentially coming back?
To the PGA?
Yeah.
They're letting him?
I don't know. I saw some rumors a while back that he's thinking about leaving Live and trying to come back. It'll just be whether they actually let him. I've kind of flipped. I've 100% flipped on Bryson over the last few years. I used to hate him. I really like him.
I agree. I think we said that at the Open, right?
Yeah, I think so.
The U.S. Open?
I don't think he's going to have a good week, unfortunately. He seems to get in his head way too much during the Masters, and I think last year was the year that he was really good. Outside of that, it's been pretty shitty for him. So,
Tiger playing or not?
No, he tore his Achilles.
That's right. I forgot about that.
So, but he wants privacy with him and his new girlfriend. So, even though they posted publicly on Instagram.
Who is that again? It's Trump's ex-wife, isn't it?
Trump Jr.'s ex-wife.
Mm.
Yeah.
Good for Tiger. Good for Tiger.
Getting it.
Are we all set?
Yeah. I want to see Charlie.
Oh, we'll see him. What is he? Probably 16? You're probably 5 years out on Charlie.
Yeah, probably.
He's going to have automatic invites just because of his last name.
His dad's Tiger, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
That'd
dude's
be
going to go
funny.
out there and shoot an 84, and we're going to be like, oh, my God, did you see his drive on 13?
Literally.
All right, everybody, thanks for listening. Sorry I was kind of out of it. I'm working on this Masters draft, trying to make some money.
I forgot about this. You see this hat? Got the azaleas.
Oh, yeah. That's
Golf.
pretty sweet. I ain't gonna lie. I'm jealous of your golf boxes you'd be getting. I got to get those. Have a great weekend. Let's have some tanks, endorse some Tuddies, and go more Kawa.
Peace.